Hi, my name is Jessica. I'll be taking you through a 10 to 15 minute grounding series. So for this, you don't need any equipment, but if you'd like, you can have blankets around to cover you up and warm you up. That's about it. So we'll go ahead and get started laying down on our backs with our knees pointing up, soles of the feet planted on the ground, and roll down one vertebrae at a time. And walk your feet out wide to the edges of your mat. You could also be laying down on a towel. Knees to come in towards the center. And place your right hand on your belly button and your left hand over your heart. And just start to take an exhale out through the mouth. Draw an inhale into the right hand. Belly fills up. Drawing that breath all the way up into the ribs. And up into the heart, into the collarbones, and exhale out through the mouth from the collarbones, ribs, belly button to spine. Exhaling fully, even using your right hand to scoop your belly underneath. Taking another inhale in into the belly, drawing the breath up to the ribs, drawing the breath all the way up to the heart. And exhale from the heart, ribs to the belly. Using that hand to help you fully exit out the breath. Taking one last 3-part breath together, inhaling into the belly. Biggest breath yet, breath up to the ribs, to the heart, collarbones, holding the breath at the top. Big exhale out, segmentally from the heart, ribs, belly button scoops to spine. Good. Go ahead and place both hands out to the sides. Draw an inhale breath in and exhale out. Go ahead and take both knees, draw them into your chest, and then take your hands to the tops of your knees, feel the sacrum into the ground. And then you'll just go ahead and you'll circle the knees, making a circle around your sacrum. Just gently massaging out through the low back. Just circling in one direction. And switching directions, changing the loop of the circle, feeling your back on the ground, making as slow or fast circles as you'd like. Maybe pausing on any tight spots that you have. Good, and then we'll pause. You can take your hands, clasp them around your shins, or take them underneath the thighs. And just hold here for one big breath, breathing in. And exhaling out, shoulders soften to mat. Place your hands to your sides, extend your legs up towards the sky, and flex and point your toes a couple of times. Allow your left leg to fall down, right hands clasp behind the hamstrings, and you can have a generous bend in your knee here if you'd like. You can start to straighten out through the knee and then pull the hands in towards the thigh and the thigh into the hands. And imagine your quadricep pulling away from your body as you're tightening that muscle. Toes flex down towards the face, and then soften around the edges of this pose. Feeling the stretch along the back of the hamstrings. And with each inhale breath, breathing space into the hamstring. With each exhale, maybe you get a little bit more depth into the pose. If you'd like to walk your hands up the leg, you can. Grasp onto the big toe, but you can stay way down towards your thigh. Taking in one more inhale breath. And then release the back of the leg, the shin or the toes. And then extend both legs up towards the sky. Flex and point your feet a couple of times. And then right leg falls down towards the mat. Hands clasp behind the left leg, option to bend through the knee. And then gently pull the leg into your body, shoulders soften down, and then you can start to straighten the leg up towards the sky. It might just be very bent, and that's okay. And then tighten the quadriceps, straighten through the knee, and then pull the thigh into the leg, and you can pull the thigh back with your hands. And find the depth of the breath going all the way in through the nose to the belly, behind the leg, all the way up into the heel. Paying attention to the exhales, maybe slowing them down. And then option, you can walk your hands up the leg if that's available to you. Grabbing the big toe if that feels good. But your hands are most likely somewhere on this thigh, and that's okay. Taking one more grounding breath. And then go ahead and extend both legs up to the sky. Hands down to the side, flex and point both toes. And then plant the feet into the mat, and we'll turn around onto our stomachs all the way. And then from here, you'll take your hands and you can clasp them together with your thumbs behind, making a pillow for your head. Extend your left knee out to the side, so you're bending at the knee onto your stomach, head down towards the ground. And if this doesn't feel good in your body, you can straighten the leg out to the side, so maybe your knee isn't bent very much, and that's okay. Or maybe your knee is bent closer in towards your body. And take a deep exhale, breath out. Feeling the ground underneath your belly. Maybe energizing the knee into the ground, engaging through the outer left hip. Allowing the body to soften around the hip. Finding an opening in the outer hip. And then we'll switch sides. You'll start to straighten out the left leg. And then you'll bend the right knee, lifting it up towards your head. It might not go very far. Flexing the right toes up towards your face. And maybe a little engagement of the belly button into the spine to protect the low back. And then just soften into the pose. Soften the outer hip. Soften the toes to the ground. And just feel the comfort of being on your belly. Taking one more deep inhale breath. And exhale out. We'll go ahead and we'll straighten both legs. Behind you, place your hands under your shoulders. And then lift the hips up, sending them back into child's pose. You can widen the knees. Big toes come towards touching, and then hips sit back. Hands forward. You have the option to tent up through the fingertips, having space underneath. Finding some breath in the outer shoulders. Finding a widening through the armpits. And then inhaling, coming to a tabletop position. Fingertips spread wide. Your wrist creases are facing towards the front of the mat, so they should be parallel. Knees underneath the hips. Shoulders engaged onto the back. And we'll start to mobilize through the spine. So on your inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart and shoulders. Exhale, push into the hands around the back. Release the neck between the hands. And you can lift up onto your fingertips from here and get a little more space in your upper back. Inhale, drop the belly, heart shines through, squeeze the shoulder blades together, tailbone lifts. Exhale to round through the back, feeling the tailbone drop, gently squeeze the legs together. And following with your own breath. So as you inhale, heart opens. As you exhale, rounding through the back, releasing the neck. And from here, we'll find a neutral spine, and then we'll start to take hip circles. So you exhale the hips to the left, back, and then inhale your hips to the right, forward. Exhale, left, back, stopping in any spots that feel sticky, tight. And you can really shake your hips from side to side, finding any movement that feels good. And just being gentle with your body. You might have one hip that's tighter than the other. And switching directions as you're ready. Inhaling as you come forward and exhaling as you come back. And then pausing into your bridge pose from here. Good, and then from here, you can either turn left on your mat, so your mat's the long way. If you're on a towel or even just the ground, which you can absolutely be on the ground, we'll lift up onto our knees, hips over the kneecaps. If you'd like a blanket under your knees, because that feels better, you can. And we'll lift our right leg so our toes are facing out to the side. Good, so since you guys are in your right leg, I'll mirror you with my left. You'll take your right forearm onto the thigh, and then reach your left arm up overhead, and make a circle, exhaling down to the side. Inhale, lift the arm up overhead, push through the right forearm, and exhale, arm down and around. Good. The neck can follow the hand if that feels good, feeling the full breadth of the circles that you're making. And you can even turn your spine all the way down to the ground, and then lift open through the heart. And one more time, inhaling forward, exhaling back and down. Good, switching sides, right knee to center. Then your left toes come out, facing the side, the front edge of your mat. Left forearm to thigh, push through the left forearm, right shoulder rotates open, and you'll inhale, reaching the right arm up, exhaling back and down. And you can really turn through your spine here and feel the stretch through the side body. You might start to feel the stretch through different areas of your body as well. And you might pause on certain spots, taking one more circle. Good, and we'll bring both legs together. Start to face the front in your tabletop. Flip the toes underneath, downward facing dog, hips lift high, push through the toes. Hips are the highest point, squeeze the thighs together. Inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, look forward, start walking to the front of the mat. Grab opposite elbows, bend in the knees, ragdoll pose, release the neck down. Belly can rest towards the thighs and rock from side to side, release the neck. And from here, release the hands, bend through the knees, and then lift up all the way, long spine as you lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. Great job. We'll step wide on the mat. So your right leg will fall back. Warrior two, turn your left toes forward, front heel lines with back arch, bend into the left leg. Inhale, extend the hands out wide. You can gaze over the front fingertips. Shoulders are squaring in line with your hips. Almost like you're pressing the mat away with your toes. Deep inhale breath, lift through the heart. And exhale, resting open into the pose. Spread through the fingers and soften the shoulders. Good. Inhale to straighten through the front leg, reach the hands high. And with the breath, exhale, bend through the knee, warrior two, hands come parallel. Inhale, straighten through the front leg, reach up through the arms. Exhale, warrior two, gaze forward. Inhale, straighten, reach the hands high. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Then we'll come in towards a side lunge. So left toes come forward to parallel. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, bend through the right knee, hinge to the right hip. Hands come down towards the mat. Inhale, heart forward, shoulders squeeze back. Good. And from here, we can walk your hands over toward the left foot, push into the right thigh, and then really walk the hands forward, release the neck. Now your hands might be in close to your body, your hands might need to be on top of a stack of books here, or you might have a generous bend in both legs. Really feeling the breath through the entire back, maybe walking your fingertips further forward. Inhale, straighten through the leg, walk the hands forward, wide leg forward fold. Slight bend in the knees, lift through the hips. And inhale, hands come towards your hips, bend through the knees, push through the feet, levering your body up through center. And taking the same on the opposite side, exhale, right toes forward. Left foot's parallel with that short edge of your mat. Warrior two with the right leg forward. Exhale, hands straighten out. Gazing over the front fingers, pull the mat away with the feet. Belly comes in towards spine, resting open into the pose. Let a deep exhale, breath out. Good, soften the shoulders down the back. And notice maybe where the pose, if you have any burning sensations, tight sensations, and invite your breath into those areas. Inhale, straighten through the leg, reach through the hands. Exhale, bend through the knee. Inhale, straighten through the leg, reach up. Exhale, bend through the front leg, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend through the front leg. Inhale, straighten through the front leg. Right toes come forward, so both feet are parallel facing this long edge of the mat. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, side lunge to the left, so you'll bend through the left knee, hinge through the left hip, and then your hands will come down towards the mat. You might need a good bend in your right leg as well. Inhale, find cobra in your chest. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, you can stay here or start walking over towards your right foot, pushing that left knee away from your body. Walk the hands forward, coming onto the fingertips. Feel a stretch through the side body. Inhale, walking the hands forward. Then slight bend through both knees. Hands come onto the hips. Inhale, lever the body up, long spine. Good. Inhale, we'll step forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach your hands high. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. From here, you can extend your hands out to the side. Just feel the vibration of your body from the gentle movement. Moving in all directions on your mat, stretching side body, front body, back body, mobilizing through the hips and shoulders. Just resting open into this grace that you've created for yourself today. Namaste.